I have a PlayStation 5 with a broken HDMI port. As you can see, it's pushed way back in there. This looks like it's the Fortnite Edition because it's like a matte black here, and the panels are also matte. I'm gonna go ahead and get this open. Kind of sticky. Hopefully this is good. Yeah, looks to be okay. Never want to see this part missing here. That's all I can say. This actually looks brand new. Looks untouched. It probably is brand new. But sometimes people just break them a little bit easier than other people. So, what is this? What's this? You see that? What is that? Oh, it's just the shape of it. Huh. Oh, it's for the disk drive. Didn't even notice that. Well, it looks fairly clean in here. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the. Oh wait. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one that's like the PS5 Pro, where you have to actually take off the heatsink here, which I'll show you how hard that is. Boom. Just like that. And now you have access to all the screws you couldn't get to before. I'll go ahead and take all the screws off and get this disassembled. Alright, we're down to the board here. So we just have to take off 4 more screws. 1, 2 holding the board, and then there's 2 holding the bracket, which we're going to take those ones off one by one. Alright, should just be able to pop this out. Fairly simple. Sometimes these little pegs are like unfinished. They're not perfectly circular, and they have like little things that'll grab the board when you're trying to take it off. As we can see there, the port is pushed way back. Hopefully there's not too much damage, but we'll have to take it off and see. I have a feeling that there's going to be some bad damage behind this, so I haven't tinned a new port yet. I'm just going to take this one off first and make sure that there's nothing too bad going on. I'm not too sure like what the component setup is behind the HDMI port on this. Hopefully none of the components are knocked off. But I'm going to check and make sure that there's no ripped pads. This looks pretty bad. I don't know if it fell or if they just tried to force the HDMI cord in there, but it looks pretty bad, so we'll have to take this off. I'm going to go ahead and get this all heated up. And once it's loose, we'll take it off. Alright, now that it's loose, we're going to go ahead and pop this off. See what we're working with here. Alright. So we'll check behind here. Looks like there's a capacitor missing, but that looks like it's the only thing missing, I think. Luckily there's no pads ripped up. Damage on the port itself is pretty extreme here, so I'm surprised that there's no ripped pads off of the motherboard, because that got pushed way out. Look at that. That's insane. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna Google what the back of this looks like real quick, to be honest with you, and just make sure that nothing's knocked off of that. Alright, it's kind of hard to tell because of the light reflection here, but this capacitor was like standing straight up. Right here there's 2 pads that it looks like a capacitor was knocked off on. So So we're gonna go ahead and replace those, or replace that with a new capacitor. Alright, got that new capacitor on there. You can see right there, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and, there was actually nothing online for this edition of the PS5 Slim behind the HDMI port because it's I think it's like either a limited edition or it's just like a different edition of the PS5 Slim. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of this so I have record of what it looks like behind it. But if you wanna know too, there it is. Alright, let's get the main port put it in here. Hopefully you're able to see that. Oh yeah, it's not too focused, but it keeps coming out of focus. Get some solder in the footholes here. That way it pulls the solder through. And I already did a little bit, so. No, buddy, I'm making a YouTube video. I'm making a YouTube video. Alright, everything looks secured. We're going to remove the heat and let it all solidify. Whenever we add our own solder, we have to wait for it to cool down just a little bit longer because it's a lower melt solder. Hopefully I got everything behind this port right though. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for it to cool down. We'll get it put back together and then test it out. I have a feeling everything's good, so I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble the whole thing instead of just reassembling it partially and put it back. I think it's all good, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, before I fix the liquid metal in here, I just want to show you these ones. This PS5 Slim, in particular the Fortnite Edition and the PS5 Pro. In this area, they actually have lines, which I'm guessing that's where the liquid metal really needs to be, is covering up those lines there. It's both on the APU side and on the heatsink side here, so I just wanted to show you that before I put the liquid metal back on altogether. Okay, upon further investigation, those lines that you saw were actually raised. So I have a feeling that when it comes to overheating, if these ones overheat and it has buildup on it, you're not going to be able to use a razor blade in order to scrape it clean. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. Maybe these ones will take a lot longer to clean, not too sure. But yeah, if these ones start overheating, I have a feeling it's going to be a big problem. Alright, so we got the motherboard back in and the side panel back on. I'm going to show you how to put the heatsink back on, how challenging this is. Just want to match it up. It pretty much just slides in between these two areas right here. So if you get it in there, just get it kind of like aligned here in the back. Make sure that's straight. And then just kind of push down. And it's good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything else put back together. Oop, I got these guys here. And these ones are routed just like this. Up and through here. Just like so. Oh, I just knocked the heatsink off. Only for the camera, right? There we go. Alright. Good to go. Let's get these cords. Oh, I had this problem last time with the cords. They kept trying to jump up over this pin here. Maybe. Alright, having technical difficulties. Hang on a second. Alright, it looks like they actually ran into this problem too, because I didn't even notice that they tucked the wires under there. So the wires are a little bit long. What I decided to do is route the white one on this side and the blue one on that side. Because if you put them both together, they both want to pop over, but if you put the blue one over there, it stays over there, so that works out. And the heatsink is also more secure. I kind of pushed this blue stuff back here, pushed it back down under here a little bit so that it would stick better. Alright, so we got it good. The Fortnite Edition has been defeated by Reapers. Yeah, I guess all the components behind the HDMI port itself, I guess we did get those all figured out. So on this video, it has the layout of that. If you need to see it, it's on here. So hopefully that helps you out if you do this kind of stuff. If not, I'm just glad that you're watching. But yeah, this is the Fortnite edition of the PS5 Slim. A little bit different from the regular Slim. It's more like the PS5 Pro. So anyways, thanks for watching. Also, just a quick little close-up. This is how you can tell it's the Fortnite edition. See how that's like a matte color? It's not like shiny. Same thing with like the panels. They're not like shiny. So anyways, thanks for watching.